A very good morning, Team Zim. So let's talk about important matters. My name is Ronald Kwamakusha, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. So we have Manja, which was doing incredibly well to do parallel tallying of the election results, and more than 11,000 tallies were done regarding the V11s of the presidential vote. And from what we have here, we have something which is different. So I'm going to put Freeman Chari's Twitter handle live here so that you are able to follow and see for yourself what was happening and what has been happening so far. So I'm hoping, yes, so it's here. Right, I'm Freeman Chari. Milestone alert. We have loaded 11,872 V11s. By our count, Chamisa has crossed the number he was given by ZEC 1,967,343. We will have 502 outstanding in those pink wards. We now ask ZEC to provide its polling station results in V11 and we compare with ours. So what is left are 502 polling stations or 502 V11 forms which are outstanding. And if you take a look about those, they're in areas where Triple C was not struggling. Triple C was getting something. If you take a look on the parts of Masvingo, the greater part of Masvingo has been dealt with. Ndokwakabva vhoti dzese dzekupenga dzimwe dziya dziya. And the greater part of Mashonaland Central is covered as well. So you see kuti kwasara, we have parts of Midlands, we have parts of Matabeleland and Mashonaland West, Manicaland. Those are the areas which are left to be loaded. But in those areas, you would understand that what is happening is that Triple C or President Nelson Chamisa got a vote which is way above that than the one which was provided by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. So having said so, you would see that Mnangagwa winning with 52%. What it means is this election, even before putting the other, it can be nullified based on the findings of Tim Pachedu here, of Freeman Chari here. So even though the election was discredited and condemned by SADC, our goal is not to validate them, but to Friday, and we will also do the same. Then let people compare the tender. So ZEC has been challenged to provide its own V11s, and this is against Freeman Chari's V11s, which are there from the Triple C. So what it means is, if Triple C's V11s are put there, ZEC's V11s are put there, ZANU-PF kana wachida vanogona kuisawo avo vanawo paside, so that we compare and see. That is what is very important at this juncture, to understand that this election was stolen and the number which was declared was gotten from somebody's head. That is not the true result. So you cannot cook results to suit your own narratives or to suit whatever you want for yourself. So a lot of people were questioning kuti, why is it green yakawanda kudarika yellow? The issue is about population of the people. If you take a look on the parts dzine green idzo, yes, dzinogona kunge dzichita sekuti dzakati kurei, but if you go to Mutare ine vanhu vakawanda, if you go to Gweru ine vanhu vakawanda, if you go to Masvingo urban inenge ine vanhu vakawanda, if you go to Harare ine vanhu vakawanda. So if you just put together the urban areas, you will find something significant in terms of numbers as compared to ZANU-PF numbers themselves. So if you put other victories from other parts, from other areas, you would understand kuti zviri kuratidza kuti kumwe kwacho ZANU-PF kwayaiwina ivo kuma-MP kwavaiwina, president wavo airohwa. That is the reason why you see yellow yakawanda even kuma ZANU-PF areas, except the parts of Mwenezi idzo ndo dzega dzakadhakwa idzo, vana Mwenezi nekumusoro uko, those are the only areas dzakadhakwa. Saka across, Nelson Chamisa has done well to discredit this election. Remember that out of 6.6 million, only around 4.5 million people voted or participated in this election. So you understand the reason why we say these results by Tim Pachedu can be more credible than those of ZEC. So we wait to see what ZEC has to say regarding this matter, and we are going to see if Zimbabwe Electoral Commission is going to provide the said V11s as demanded by Tim Pachedu, because it's very important to scrutinize each other. It's very important to reach consensus basing on what are the real findings of this election. So we continue to wait and see what is going to be an excuse of Zimbabwe Electoral Commission at this juncture, because this exposes that fraud, there's been fraud, there has been a lot of manipulation as to regarding these elections. So let me just go to Tim Pachedu before I end this program, because Twitter Yendo, something very important, something we need to take a look on. Okay, so voters to different polling stations across the urban areas. So they've provided this document of voter reshuffling by ZEC in Marondera municipality, Ward 7, so and other areas. So you'd see these things were happening, and they've raised this issue. We need to see how Zimbabwe Electoral Commission is going to respond to this issue, and make this issue be resolved amicably, because we cannot continue to lie to ourselves. We cannot continue to have wrong people being declared winners each and every time. So it's very important to know that election yakabirirwa, and there must be remedy to that. So there is another issue where they said Mandla has picked up another major discrepancy in the results that were published by ZEC. A total of 40 constituencies in 2 provinces, Manicaland and the Midlands, have wrong voter population. In this Pachedu here, screen, it's coming, it's here on the screen. So we have my constituencies are not Makoni South, Gokwe Sengwa. Okay, let me do this. Let me try to zoom it a little bit. Right. Let me try to zoom. So these are the constituencies which are right here on the screen. And we have Makoni South, we have Gokwe Sengwa, we have Chipinge Central, Chimanimani West, Mtasa North, Gokwe Central, Makoni North, Mberengwa West, Kwekwe Central, Mutare North, Mtasa South, Mukoba South, Mberengwa Central, Mberengwa East, Shurugwi North, Gokwe Mapfunga Utsi, Chiundura, Zvishavane Ngezi, Danga Mvura, Redcliffe, Gweru Urban, Mutare South, Makoni West, Makoni Central, Mutare West, Gokwe Nembuzia, Mtema, Mutema Musikavanhu, Zvishavanarunde, Headlands, Shurugwi South, Chipinge South, Gokwese Same, Mbizo, Mukoba North, Mutare Central, Mutasa Central, Zhombe, Slobela, Chimanimani East, and Chikanga. These are the constituencies they are talking about. And if you check in yellow, okay, in red there, so let us start. Pane total votes cast ari kuratidzwa on third column. Then we go to the fourth column in a wrong voter column. Tiri kuenda tonoona kuti on the other we have 26,000. Kwatine isisu vanhu vari kuita ivo 24,000, we go to the other kune 30,000. Those are the issues dzekuti Zimbabwe Electoral Commission should resolve, so that these issues are not raised each and every time. So you would see kuti there are serious concerns, and we cannot continue to have answers coming from ZANU-PF. We cannot continue to have ZANU-PF giving answers each and every time. Zvikanzi panapa that's sweet news that is Simba mukandadzama zvikanzi saka zvichabatsira chii iko kuchinzi hakuna court case. Zvikanzi I need the way forward because tongopera pakuti election yakabirirwa here. Okay, I did a program where we covered the next position of CCC as it stands right now. So what it means is the way forward is there, and it is going to be announced in due course. So hanzi panapa nasifiso saka zvichabatsira chiiko kuchinzi hakuna court case. So for the issue of the court case, remember that we cannot rule out that option, because we can actually rope in the courts and say this election was not free, this election was not fair, this election was not credible, this was not an election. So we need a redo of this election. And the courts might suggest that a redo of the elections is done. A transitional government be set, because remember, this will be done in the Constitutional Court. What it means is the Constitutional Court can give an opportunity for a transitional government to be formed. After the transitional government is formed, then we have an option where Zimbabwe Electoral Commission is disbanded, and a roadmap for fresh elections is put in place. Remember, I've said in the last program that there are so many ways to make sure that these things happen, and I believe that the leaders are taking necessary steps to make sure that all these issues are addressed, and this election is addressed properly. So at this moment in time, we are just giving updates about what is happening, so that we keep people appraised about the findings of the experts so far. And these findings gives us the way forward and gives us the real approach which must be taken. So you would see that what these people have presented so far is a clear indication that indeed there is a chance of having these elections nullified by even the Constitutional Court, because remember, there are limits of fraud in the courts. There are limits where they can say this election was okay. At a certain point in time, evidence would suggest otherwise, because remember, these court cases would be streamlined, and it is going to be a very difficult issue for whoever will be sitting on that panel to give a personal or a party decision, or a decision governed by the party, because remember, this time around is different from the past. Right now, all evidence is there. There is overwhelming evidence. SADC has refused to endorse these elections. Commonwealth, EU, African Union, all the continental bodies have refused to actually give due credit to this election. So it is going to be a very difficult moment for even the courts to validate this election. So ZEC is going to find it difficult to even defend their actions this time around. What is Kanengoni going to say? All those issues are very important and we have to ask them. So this is the position Team Zimbabwe. Around almost complete, around 11,000 plus polling station V11s shows that President Nelson Chamisa got more than 44%. So what it means is Mnangagwa's percentage has to be reduced. So how was he declared winner? Those are the questions. So Team Zimbabwe, I don't want to take much longer, but we'll continue to explore and see what will be the new developments, what is happening, what should happen. Let us meet in other episodes and other broadcasts.